He called me about FaceTime me 7 times like 2 days ago, and I was like, you know what? The more you want it, the longer it's going to take me to call back.
Your special's great.
It's really funny.
Sincerely.
Thank you.
So impressive. It's inspiring how well written it is and how in control you are, and just it's a delight.
Thank you.
Well, Beth's always been a really strong joke writer. I knew that you were going to be chock full of jokes in that thing.
Thank you. I missed a few, I'll be honest. It
You
bothers
did?
me.
Really? That
For
you
real?
forgot?
I just did it in one take because it was 1,100 seat theater in my hometown. I couldn't fill it twice.
Yeah.
Oh, so
that
you
makes
did one
sense.
show.
Oh, yeah,
Wow.
writing it. I was like white knuckling that shit.
Yeah.
I feel like
That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
You seem so cool and collected.
I think that's good. I'm like a little duck, you know? You can't see what's happening under the water.
You
were
did
freaking
seem
out.
very chill.
I did over an hour, so we
Yeah.
did cut, and I think we cut a chunk at the beginning where I felt in my head.
Uh-huh.
Like you see the
Yeah.
very beginning in those first things, you can't change that. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's like
Right.
me coming out.
Right.
We did do the entry one more time
Uh-huh.
and the exit. The exit is the second exit.
Right.
Because I was like, I think I do like a little spin for some reason on my way out.
No, it was great. It was a really good special.
Thank you
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Really.
It's been nice of you to watch.
And I don't watch a lot of them, truth be told.
Hey, shh! Don't tell people that.
Well, you know,
it's literally our only job.
Well, you know what's so funny is that oftentimes people will come in and I'll watch the special like a week later. I do watch them, but not when I'm supposed to.
Yeah, you become a fan or a hater retroactively. Shouldn't have been that nice. He said some wild
I was
stuff.
excited for yours.
Thank you. I know, I feel the same. I enjoy watching you guys. There's just, look, in taste, there's no argument. And I feel like sometimes when someone is talking, I can't hear it.
Yeah, for sure.
It is just like that sometimes, but thankfully not with this gang.
That's right. You filmed it in Dayton, right?
Yep.
And that's where you're from?
Yep, from Dayton, Ohio. Filmed it in Dayton at the Victoria Theater, gorgeous theater that I grew up going to. Victoria was built in 18 something.
It's haunted
Wow.
for
It's
sure.
survived. It's been rebuilt. Fires,
Yeah.
floods.
Yeah.
That's
it
your
survived
theater.
it all.
That's the one you went
and
to.
it
yeah.
survived a Beth Stelling special.
Yes, it did.
It will be torn down. They've asked me to tear it down myself. I don't really play theaters that big. Like I'm a club comic, and I mean obviously it'd be nice to pop in a city and just do a theater.
Yeah.
But because it's my hometown and they brought me the offer, I was like, can I do that? And then my sister was like, yes, I'll post it in mom's group. And then my other sister was
Rally
like, I'll
the
tell
troops.
everybody to come from school. So definitely my family was behind me on filling
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I think they probably also would have believed that I could fill it twice, and that's just absolutely not true.
You can now, baby.
I know. I said yes on a whim, like, let's go for it. I'm going to try.
Yeah.
And then Mo Welch, who's also a comic and one of my best friends, said, we should film this. Like, just like you going back to your hometown, you're doing the big theater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, let me talk to him about it. And then as the year went on, and I'm, obviously as comics, you want to film the special after you've been running it a bunch. And that fell in December at the end of this tour.
Yeah.
So it sort of
Wow.
naturally
Yeah.
fell there. And I was like,
Yeah.
maybe this could work. But there's nerves involved in going back to your hometown.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I shot my first hour in my hometown, so it was full of people I knew, and they were yelling out.
Right.
It was a little rowdy though.
Well,
I
too
was like,
excited.
guys, I have to.
Sometimes
this is
the
filming.
crowd is the second character,
Yeah.
and it's not great.
They were rowdy.
I
If
know.
If they're
a
overly
little too into
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I will say too, like I didn't use a laugh track or anything, and couple people, like I'm sure it's just two men named Steven, have commented like, oh, you're using the laugh track, and I was like, no, it's just like 1,100 people having the time of their life.
Yeah.
A
It's like people who
laugh
have
track.
cared about
just
me forever,
proud
who are
of,
just
and
like,
very
God.
proud of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved all the stuff on your dad. So funny. That joke, and I'm sorry if I paraphrase it, but that he
I like hearing
went
it.
to do his acting career.
Oh yeah, he moved down to
he
Orlando.
moved
to
down to
become an actor.
Orlando, and you don't do that. Is that what the line? You
that's
don't
not
do
where
that.
you go.
That's not where you go.
Yeah. So I finally called him back yesterday, or FaceTimed him back.
Uh-huh.
He's wearing his like over the top Oakley sunglasses, which are meant for snowboarding. He lives in Orlando. He's like always looking like an alien, a full blown alien.
That's funny.
And he just said, yeah. Do you know this person? Like, people are blowing up his cell phone. Why? Because I put his website on after,
Yeah.
You did?
and people go to the
I
website,
realized that. I didn't see the
and that
credit.
is his cell phone. So,
No.
oh no, he's absolutely loving it.
Oh, he loves that. Okay.
I said, maybe you should go to the website and take the numbers off so
Right.
people stop calling.
Yeah.
He's like, oh no, I'm good.
He's like, I'm chatting away.
I mean, to be honest with you, call at your own risk. I
Yeah.
mean, you're the one
Yeah.
who's going to be stuck. It takes a little load off my back, to be honest.
Yeah, this is his moment. This is
He
not about.
needs
This is
this.
not about you, my friend.
Yeah. So I guess somebody reached out and offered to film him because he's out on the street promoting my special.
He is
Oh,
for real.
he's-
He's really twirling the sign.
He's out there risking his life for absolutely no reason at all.
Do you think I could hire him to promote my show in December?
In Orlando, he really will be.
Oh, yeah.
Please do. If you send me the poster for that, I will get the poster made, sent to him, and you get to choose your character. You want Glitter the Pirate,
Wow.
Chef Big Butt, which is a fan fave,
Chef Big Butt.
a leprechaun, which I guess has just no name. It's just a leprechaun. He kind of bailed on that. Carmen Miranda Gorilla, which I'll never understand.
And he does this for anyone, not just you.
Yeah. So he's been doing this for 30 years.
Is there proof that it's working?
So he was on Far Out on Fox.
Okay.
And they did a coverage of it.
Yeah.
And then, in some reporter voice, the lady's like, it's proven that when Bert's out front, 34% more, something like that,
I might have to hire him
Yeah,
for that show.
Beth was in the top 10 of all Netflix.
We can facilitate this. I used to work for the company. I was the only employee. I would bring him water. I was one time an elf for his Santa Claus. He does Santa.
How long were you down there? Like when?
We would have to go every other holiday and then a month in the summer.
Wow.
That's the worst time.
Started,
to be in
yeah,
Florida.
especially
Wow.
6-year-old,
Yeah.
like leaving my
Yeah.
mom for that long.
Yeah.
It was rough.
Because you're
That's
tight with
hard.
your mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To go down, be with my 2 older sisters flying alone. We'd go Dayton to Atlanta, Atlanta to Orlando, just 3 girls alone in an airplane. It was like Home Alone every morning.
Yeah.
Like,
And
running
you're like
through our
having
gate.
a more stable
lot.
life with your mom. It's,
Yeah.
And your routine, your friends, and then all of a sudden you're going to some bachelor's apartment,
Yeah.
He was like, I'll be right back. And then when he comes back, he's just in like total blue face,
Yeah.
or like dressed like a slice of pizza.
My
It's so
parents,
weird.
my
know.
parents try to do that where like I would go, my mom would be like, "You're one of your dads, right?" And I like went for like one night, and I'm like, "I'll never do this again."
Yeah, I'll be
Oh,
back.
really?
And he's like, "That's fine.
Yeah.
I'll just like pick you up and take you to Blockbuster once every other week." Yeah, you're great.
He's like, that actually worked out in my favor by not providing the
'Cause it was
things
like-
that you needed.
Yeah, it's like imagine like an incapable bachelor trying
Yeah.
to like have a child with him for the weekend. You're like
God.
not gonna have a normal weekend.
No.
Jeez.
My dad is like, I don't know. You can tell he's got a couple things rolling around in there.
Yeah.
And one of them really was OCD. I think obviously people like to like diagnose and throw things around all the time. But
Yeah.
in terms of like us being there and home, like laundry was always done, our beds were always made. Like he was very in that realm, very, very on it. And also like his costumes and stuff. Like to sanitize them, he would spray them with vodka.
Oh yeah, because that gets odor out.
Yeah. and then I don't know if it's because it was also always like lying around because his wife was really slurping it up, but
Yeah.
Right.
it was around, and he had like a garage, like I said, filled with costumes. So that was fun for us
Right.
Right.
at first.
Yeah.
And then as time goes on, you get older and you just want to be back with your friends. Like
Yeah.
a month away from your friends
That's
is
a long time.
wild.
That seems like
Yeah.
a lifetime.
And then we started doing sports and camps and stuff, and we
Right.
kind of get out of it.
Yeah, you're still playing sports. You're doing field hockey.
That's right.
I don't know how you do this.
Yeah.
Like Beth's playing like tournaments and stuff.
Really?
I made the U.S. Women's Masters field hockey team.
Whoa.
So I'll be playing in the Pan Am Games this December in Argentina with the USA.
You would
Oh
think
my
Beth
God.
is a lesbian, but she's not.
Your mom must be
Look,
so proud.
people are waiting, and
They are waiting. We're like, come on, girl. What's
Look,
taking
I
so
would
long?
love to make that happen. Unfortunately, I got a little thing for this guy.
you like-
So I tried out for the team in February in Phoenix, made it, and all I know is we're training for the Pan Am Games in December. So I'll practice once with the team at Duke, like next month.
Whoa.
But like I'm missing one next weekend because I'm on the road. Like I can't.
Right.
You're-
It's
You're
Yeah.
clearly very good
it's
to make
women's
that
sports.
team.
We're paying our own ways
I
here.
know.
So
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm not just gonna cancel a gig and go play. But they're very understanding of that.
What's your position? I don't know anything about
I'm a
field hockey.
defender.
Okay.
I thrive in center or left back.
Okay.
They call me the brick wall. I'll be honest.
Hell yeah. That's right. You don't even let anybody get through there.
Yeah.
Not even those lesbians.
No.
Trying to tackle you.
Oops, I fell. It is funny like that, where I'm like, we are kind of known for that. I mean, I talk about it in the special.
Yeah.
We thrive in that. I'm including myself now. I'm a lesbian. I just came out by
right.
just saying we.
But you're gonna have to be juggling this and stand up.
I know.
Yeah,
Now
no
you're gonna
kidding.
be doing even more dates.
I hope so.
Yeah, where can people get your dates? The special is If You Didn't Want Me Then, It's streaming on Netflix right now, and then you're heading out on the road.
You can find my dates at bethstelling.com. Not
Oh.
Sterling or spelling, but Stelling.
Stelling.
And not Stilling even, but Stelling with an E.